Thanks for tuning in to Let's Discuss It. Yes, we are back at it with another one. Smoke session. Yes. So, we gotta let you know we gotta let you know what we smoking on today, right? Let me go ahead and show you. You see that? Yeah, it's some good. It's definitely some good. But how everybody doing today? Hope you're feeling good, doing good, feeling great, doing great. You know how we do it. We don't like the bad feeling, man. At least we not with all that, man. If you with a bad feeling, we gotta fix that. And if you're not willing to listen, typically I'm the one to tell you to get out my face. Cause I ain't with all that. So get out my face, clear up some space. You know what I mean? So hey, it is what it is on that, man. But for those of you who are not familiar with what is going on, we're just gonna take some of this, break it on down, put it inside this, and we're gonna light it up. And we're gonna get a spark going so we can have something to talk about. We're gonna discuss that. Whatever comes to my mind, we're gonna discuss it. That's how we doing this. But 2021, things are changing. Things have progressed for the humans in America. Well, really all around the world. Every day, man, you just never know what's gonna be good for you, what's gonna be bad for you. But hey, we don't focus on the bad because the bad is just only flavor to the good. It's like cooking, like baking a pie. You may got some spices you want to add in. You might have some extractions, fruit extractions. What else? Fruit fillings if you don't cut your own fruits. It only adds to the good. So if you're feeling bad right now, and give some time. It may be a 1 minute. It may be 10 years. But it can get better for you. Sometimes you just got to start it somewhere. And once it gets started, everything just comes together for you. You ever wore some pants and ripped a hole in it? What you do? Eventually you got a better pair of pants, right? I know I did. But it's all on how you look at and respond to the things that come in your direction. So hey, you got to do what's best for you. But hey, man, every day is a good day if you ask me, man. Don't let them take your joy away from you. Don't let them dim your light without the right. So hey, you gotta crack it open. Clean the inside and fill it up with something more proper. And don't let nothing stop you. Because if you let it stop you, then guess what? You defeated. That easy. You know what I'm saying? So you want to be defeated. That easy. Okay. You choosing to learn the hard way, huh? You choosing to learn the hard way. Mm-mm-mm. That's all right. And I gotta say this. Shout out to all the Geminis. You know, the Geminis. You know, I'm a part of the nation. I'm a Gemini. That's what they call me, a Gemini. According to the astrology, I am a Gemini. But nevertheless, and if you're wondering why I take so long to roll a blunt, mind your business, man, because hey, this is what I do. I don't be doing no stressing. I let the stressing be for y'all, man. Because if I'm a stress, and I'm not gonna stress for long, no more than an hour. That's it. Just an hour of my time, I'm gonna allow something to stress me out. But other than that, hey man, for one thing about this life we live in, man, it's moving. It's moving all the time. So if it's moving all the time, then guess what? You might want to move with it. Because if you don't move with it, it'll run you over or it'll fly right past you. Trust me, it'll fly past you or run you over. You know what I'm saying? Because hey, there's a lot going on in this life, man. And if you ain't prepared or ready for it, man, you gotta be something on. You might not be ready for the outcome or for what's about to happen. So stay on point with it if you can. If you can't, good thing about you is this: you blessed to have somebody to get you there if you ain't on point. That's how this life works. If you don't know, usually when you ain't got the skills for yourself, hey, somebody else have the skills for you. So you're gonna be good too. So don't stress it. You're gonna be good too. All right? Stop judging people too, man. Hey, let these people live their life, man. Ain't nobody judging you. You know. I'll tell you that somebody is judging you, but sometimes people ain't judging you. But the ones that's always judging is usually the ones that are committing the actions, right? Time to light it. Hmm. You little different taste. Mm-hmm. Today we're gonna talk about resources. Now, with resources, they are useful things. You know, what are your resources? Are your resources of any good use? Are your resources of any bad use? Are your resources dependable? Are your resources profitable? What do you mean resources? I'm gonna tell you what I mean. But before we do that, we gotta look it up. So what are resources? And of course, resources is a plural word, so I'm gonna make it a singular word. Resource. So what is resource? Let's just look it up, right? There we go. Loading. According to dictionary.com, resource is defined as, I read three definitions. A source of supply, support, or aid, especially one that can be readily drawn upon when needed. Another, an action or measure to which one may have recourse in an emergency. Expedient. And I'll use one more definition. Capability in dealing with a situation or in meeting difficulties. All right. Now, based on those definitions of a resource, we can safely say that a resource is something that has to be of some type of use, that can be used for more than one thing, basically. But it's going to fit a need or aid something, which is still a need. Now, what resources do we have as humans, right? Resources, right? They have this thing called natural resources, right? So with natural resources, you have oil. You have the fruits and vegetables. You have metals. Anything that comes from the earth. Well, they can be of use at the same time, or they can aid something, be of some type of supply. Like right now, example, the weed, right? The weed can be a resource for somebody, but really for all. The reason being is because people have different reasons why they use the product, right? And how is the product being distributed, well, manufactured? It's coming from a resource. Plants, grounds, soils. Resource. When you're looking at other resources, such as something like, you have gold, silver, you have plastic, aluminum, what else? Many different things, cotton. All of these things can be used to create. So therefore, if the person or group of people are wanting to create something and they need certain things to even begin to create, then they are going to need certain resources. Now that's as far as supplies go. So supplies, well, they need the resources to make the supply for the people, because the resources is what supplies. But let me say that a better way, because you might not, just say it a better way. Because supplies are resources, but on all the ends, it is still considered a resource. But if you are the supplier, you are going to need a resource, or you're going to need resources to fulfill what you're trying to get done. And as a consumer, you are buying these resources for your use. Another way of being a resource, information. A resourceful person. They came through with certain information that was needed. This person may have connections that you need to get certain things done, because hey, everyone does not have that luxury to knowing certain people. So sometimes people have to go through other people to get it. Third parties, we shall say. Middleman, some people will say. Because in the streets, you're dealing with a middleman sometimes, but that middleman is resourceful for you. That middleman is your resource at that given moment. A resource to get your resource, to get to your resource. Now, if the resource is good or bad, that's up to you on how you are using or utilizing. Like back in the day, the way they did business was a little bit different. But well, I'm gonna put it like this, because they don't do business the same nowhere. And they don't do business the same everywhere anyway. So I'm gonna say this: when doing business and trading to get resources, sometimes people use resources to get other resources. So They have a thing called bartering, the bartering system, right? Back in the day, that what they mainly used, that what they called it. But if you ask me, it's still the same thing. It's just a monetary system where they call it money, but they created a whole new way of trading to get what you want. That can be considered a resource. Money can be a resource. So you're trading money to get other resources. Now to talk about the resources that I am talking about, when we look at resources, we are looking at building something that can be of use for the people around you. The person that created the car, the first person that created the vehicle, what did they use to create the vehicle? They had to have resources to create. And with them resources, they made a vehicle for transportation to get around, to get from one place to another. And from there, they advanced the vehicles. Now you have 18-wheelers. Now you have, go-karts. You have 3-wheelers. You have all types of stuff now. More creative ways to do things. But all of these things came from some type of resource, some type of source. Oh, you see what I'm saying? So, are you resourceful? Are the things around you resourceful? Are they resources? What do you have as a resource? Because when we look at the different types of lands, they all create different resources. It's just all on combining these resources to create a new resource. But I don't have much to say about resources today, but I just want to bring something to you about it. But when you look at it on another level of it, and I'm gonna talk to the niggas, and I gotta talk to the niggas because I came on earth as a black man. So by me coming to earth as a black man, I gotta live by these laws that are given to me. Hey, what can I say? But the things they taught us growing up, it only make you see it that way. When you look at resources for a nigga, what resources do you control as a nigga? What resources do you have access to as a nigga in America? How do you get access to the resources as a nigga in America? As a nigga in America, how are the resources supplied to you on all levels in America? Just speaking about in America, because outside of America is different. Of course, it is different. Because even outside of America, how are you able to access your resources that are around you? Are the resources easily attainable for all people? Because last I seen with my two eyes on my face on the TV screen that they show everybody that can watch it or choose to watch it. I seen some white people or Caucasians. Man, it looked like to me looking at it, it looked like they were over there trying to steal the resources. So those people have to ask themselves, are my resources protected? Are my resources secure? Because you have to secure your resources as well. I said that wrong. You have to secure your resources as well. Because if you don't, you might lose them. Or someone may take them, steal them, rob you from it. So, with that being said, to the niggas, are your resources in America? How are you resourceful to the people around you? If you choose to be. Hey, you can be or you cannot be. So when you're looking at resources are important if you are standing as a nation or if you are just standing as an individual. If you ask me, you should always have access to some type of resource at all times. What are your resources? How do you use them? Because, hey, like I said, a resource can be, you as an individual. The resource can be, but as an individual, you have information or you are the person, to the gateway. The gateway, you got the key. Or, natural resources, oil, fruits and vegetables, metals, things of that nature. What else? And I'll say, services, like certain services that are offered, things that are like beneficial for you, I'll consider those resources. It's still information to get somewhere. It's just a building of resources. That's all it's gonna be. Help you get to your next step. Connect them dots. So, like I always say, stay true to you. Fuck a hater. Always love. Thanks for listening. Peace. We do take donations. $LETSDISCUSSIT. And check the website out, www.ldionline.club, ldionline.club, CLUB. Peace. And remember, man, it ain't no hate over here, man. You know what I mean? No hate. We ain't with all that. Peace.